You know the moment a player stops and asks, "Where do I go?" That friction kills momentum. Compass Navigator Pro removes it with a clean, readable navigation layer that feels native to your world. The real value is clarity. It gives players a navigation reference that's always readable, so they spend less time guessing and more time playing. That solves one of the biggest silent frustrations in open worlds. It's the kind of tool that gets out of the way. Once wired up, you can focus on quests, encounters, and pacing instead of adjusting a hand-rolled compass. That's where it earns its keep. With a perfect 5-star score from 72 reviews, other developers call it dependable and easy to extend. Strong trust signal. If you only need a tiny arrow, the full system might feel like more than you need, but you can ignore the extras and still get value. For $30, you skip the freelance bill for a custom HUD compass. Freelancers charge 10 times that for a one-off design. Spot these deals yourself at mightyassetdeals.com. Filter by top-tier assets, sort by dollars saved, see price history, deep dive any asset to read an AI summary of all reviews, see comparable assets, and more. What are the top 500 free assets right now? And a curated list of the top-tier assets in the Unity Asset Store. All updated daily with many new features to come. Go check it out today. Grass in Unity can look flat, fake, or heavy. This shader gives stylized grass that Ghibli-style charm, especially for vibrant environments where color pops. The visuals are the big win. Grass bends with wind, reacts to player movement, and blends with terrain color so it doesn't look pasted on. That's hand-painted quality without an art overhaul. Setup is friendly too. Good documentation, quick support, and if you use Nature Renderer or GPU Instancer Pro, the new integrations are auto-configured. That saves real time. It sits at 4.69 stars from 55 reviews, with praise on visuals and support. People call it a must-have for stylized environments. Honest caveat, out-of-the-box performance can tank without a third-party vegetation renderer like Nature Renderer. Plan for that extra tool and check HDRP compatibility. At $19.50, you skip 40 hours of handcrafting grass materials. That's a time-saved win you can feel. Polished previews matter. Whether it's a weapon, a character, or a modular kit, showing it from the right angle can sell the package. Ultimate Preview makes that painless. The idea is a better preview workflow. Set up a scene once, then quickly check how a model looks from different angles and lighting. That helps you make strong creative decisions. It also creates consistency. When every preview uses the same setup, your store images, menu background, and marketing shots feel cohesive. That polish makes a game look professional. 49 shoppers left a full 5-star rating. Reliable preview tooling is rare, so that consensus means a lot. Keep in mind, this is an editor workflow tool, not a runtime cutscene system. For in-game camera previews, you'll want a separate solution. For $24.50, you get the polish that makes a product page feel pro. It's less than the late fee on your last parking ticket. Remember the pain of a giant animator controller with lines everywhere? ACS replaces that with a montage-style, event-driven workflow that feels like Unreal. A breath of fresh air. The signature is the action block system. Attach gameplay logic, sound cues, or VFX directly onto animation frames, then trigger them when the foot lands or the punch connects. Frame-accurate feedback. It also plays nicely with Unity's input system and supports humanoid retargeting automatically. Reuse one composer across multiple characters and reduce asset duplication. 11 reviews give it a perfect 5 stars, and users highlight the clean UI plus the developer's active support. It's being maintained with care. Performance note: the system clones and destroys scriptable objects during runtime, so high-frequency scenes may see garbage collection spikes. Keep that in mind. $20, and if one client project uses this, it pays for itself 100 times over. That's a business case you can feel. Reusing animations between characters is one of the most tedious tasks in Unity. Retarget Pro V5 exists to make that transition painless, so you can set up a new hero without breaking your existing animation library. It's built around moving animations from one character to another without redoing keyframes. That's a huge time saver when your team creates new heroes or swaps placeholder rigs during development. The benefit here is pipeline speed. When retargeting happens smoothly, you can prototype character feel faster and experiment with different clip sets. That keeps your animation team productive. 31 reviews still hold a perfect 5-star average, and users describe it as a solid, reliable part of their animation pipeline. That's exactly the reputation you want. If you only have one humanoid skeleton, this is less essential. Retargeting shines when you're moving many clips across different characters, so the payoff depends on your content library. At $30, that works out to pennies per animation in a typical library. Retarget once, and your skeletons practically move themselves. Flying a spaceship in Unity can end up feeling like a stiff camera moving through space. This controller gives your ship real weight, speed, and responsiveness, which is the whole fantasy for sci-fi games. The strength is the prepared flight model. You get a controller that handles the core movement math, so the ship already feels like it has mass and momentum. From there, your game identity can shine through. It's also a strong starting point. Because the controller is self-contained, you can drop in your own geometry and tweak the response curve without rewriting everything. A full 5-star average from 36 reviews tells me this isn't just a pretty demo. People are using it in real projects and getting real results. The main thing to know is that it sets the baseline feel, not your full combat design. You'll still tune the numbers to match your specific ship class and difficulty. $34.50 is a fair pilot fee. Treat yourself. You deserve a shortcut that makes flying fun today. Liquid effects like pouring, splashing, and bubbling are a pain to create from scratch. Liquid Particles URP gives you a particle-based approach that looks great in URP projects. It's a quick way to add pouring and splashing effects. Designed for URP, it fits into modern rendering pipelines without heavy setup. Because its particles, color, speed, and density are tweakable, the same effect can fit a potion, a waterfall, or a magic spill. 72 reviews landed at a solid 4 stars, which is realistic for an effect pack. The gaps are usually about art taste, not core function. It doesn't simulate real fluid physics, so don't expect accurate sloshing in a bottle. For stylized liquids, it's right on target. $10 is the whole price. That's less than a fancy coffee, a pastry, and a tip for one liquid effect collection. Your game just got juicier. Melee combat is all about impact. Hits that don't land break the fantasy. FS Melee Combat System gives you a structured way to handle melee mechanics, so your fights actually feel weighty. It's built to handle the structural side of melee combat, detecting hits, reacting to targets, and keeping combat readable. That's the backbone you need before layering on polish. It's designed to work with your own art. You bring the animation style and weapon models, and this manages the logic so it fits different action games without forcing an identity. 27 users keep it at a perfect 5 stars, and that suggests the combat feel is solid in practice. Word of mouth like that is rare in the combat space. The catch is that you'll want a decent animation pack already in hand. The system gives you the mechanics, but the juice still comes from your custom attack animations. $34.50 is less than a single custom melee script from a freelancer, and you get the whole framework today. Baked lighting punishes you with long build times. Real-time lighting can look flat without GI. LUMINA brings real-time Voxel global illumination to HDRP, so you get bounce light without the weight. The magic is real-time indirect light. It bounces color between surfaces and updates as objects move, so dynamic scenes stay believable. Big win for day-night cycles. It's also an iteration speed upgrade. Tweak level design and lighting on the fly without bake schedules. For level designers, that's a game changer. Perfect 5-star average from 24 reviews, with praise on stability and visual impact. A strong sign for a technical tool. HDRP only, so if your project uses URP or built-in, this won't drop in. Check your pipeline first. $39.50 is far less than a lighting middleware subscription, and it's a one-time license. Upgrade your scenes today without the monthly bill. Multiplayer survival games are a mountain of systems: inventory, building, health, networking. Survival Multiplayer Pro hands you a network-synced foundation so you can climb instead of digging. It includes a networked character controller, combat, player vitals, inventory, and modular building. Built on Unity netcode for game objects, with server authoritative architecture and client prediction. Custom editor windows make it faster. Create items, recipes, and building pieces visually without editing scriptable objects by hand. 7 reviews all give it 5 stars, and while that's a small sample, the feedback suggests a well-structured foundation. It's a framework, not a finished game. You'll still add your own story, art, and game feel, but the technical base is handled. At $37.45, you get a full multiplayer base without paying for months of middleware. That is all for today. Do not forget to check out more deals right now on mightyassetdeals.com.